If you've used a smart lock before, there's a good chance you've run into one annoying problem sooner or later: the battery dying at the worst possible time. You come home after a long day, reach the door, and suddenly the lock won't respond. Maybe the Wi-Fi drained the battery faster than expected, or maybe it just needed another replacement far sooner than you thought. Either way, dealing with frequent battery changes can quickly take the convenience out of a smart lock. That's exactly where this comes in. This is the DESLOC K120. And instead of focusing only on unlocking methods or flashy features, its headline feature is something much more practical: an ultra-large 15,000 milliampere hours rechargeable battery designed to last up to 13 months on a single charge. But battery life is only part of the story. It also brings smarter fingerprint recognition, multiple ways to unlock, and a few features designed to make everyday access simpler. So how does it actually fit into daily life? Is the long battery really that useful in practice? Well, let's take a closer look. Out of the box, the design feels clean and modern without trying too hard to stand out. The front panel keeps things simple with the fingerprint reader and keypad integrated into a smooth surface. It looks minimal, but still clearly built for everyday use rather than pure decoration. Build quality also feels reassuring. The lock is rated IP65 for dust and water resistance, so rain or outdoor exposure shouldn't be a concern for most homes. Internally, it's built around a durable deadbolt system with strong structural testing, including over 100,000 cycle tests to ensure long-term reliability. Overall, the first impression leans toward practical durability. It looks like a smart lock designed for real homes rather than just showroom displays. Installation is fairly straightforward, especially if you've replaced a standard deadbolt before. The lock comes with the accessories needed for installation, and the overall process typically takes around 10 to 15 minutes. Once the exterior and interior assemblies are mounted, the lock automatically detects whether your door opens left or right. That means you don't have to manually configure the orientation during setup, which removes one small but common installation headache. Another important part of the setup is the built-in door sensor. This sensor monitors the door's status in real time and plays a key role in automatic locking. Once everything is mounted and powered on, you can connect the lock through the mobile app and begin setting up users and access methods. Overall, the installation process feels approachable, even if you're not particularly experienced with smart home devices. Now let's talk about what really makes the K120 interesting. The headline feature is that massive 15,000 milliampere hour rechargeable battery. Compared to many smart locks that need frequent battery swaps, this one is designed to last up to 13 months on a single charge depending on usage. And if the battery ever runs low, you'll receive alerts through both the lock and the mobile app. There's also a Type-C emergency charging option, so even if the battery drains completely, you can temporarily power it with a cable and unlock the door. When battery is below 5%, it enters ultra-save standby mode to extend runtime and last up to 12 months. So even when you are out on long trips away from home, you don't have to worry about the battery draining completely. Next is the fingerprint system. The lock uses what DESLOC calls a GPT fingerprint algorithm that gradually learns and adapts over time. That means it can recognize fingerprints even when they're slightly worn, damp, or harder to read. In fact, the system is designed to work for more than 80% of users who normally struggle with fingerprint recognition. You're not limited to just one unlock method either. The K120 supports 4 ways to access your door: fingerprint, passcode, mobile app control, and physical keys. Fingerprint storage supports up to 50 profiles, while passcodes support up to 100 different entries. That gives plenty of flexibility for families, guests, or shared living spaces. Another useful feature is the smart door sensor. It monitors whether the door is actually closed and can trigger automatic locking once it detects the door is fully shut. At the same time, it can alert you if the door remains open unexpectedly. There's also a feature called Landlord Mode, which is particularly useful if you manage rental spaces or Airbnb-style properties. It allows you to manage multiple access codes, organize tenant schedules, and monitor usage from a simple calendar-style interface. And when it comes to privacy, biometric data is stored locally on the device rather than on external servers, which helps keep personal information secure. In everyday use, most of these features come together in fairly practical ways. The fingerprint reader is usually the quickest way to unlock the door. With the adaptive algorithm learning over time, recognition tends to become more reliable the longer you use it. At the same time, having multiple unlocking methods adds flexibility. Family members might prefer fingerprint access, while guests or short-term renters can simply use a passcode. The long battery life also changes the ownership experience more than you might expect. Instead of checking battery levels every couple of months or swapping batteries frequently, the lock is designed to run for most of the year without attention. For rental hosts or shared homes, Landlord Mode adds another layer of convenience by making it easier to manage different users without constantly reprogramming the lock. Overall, the focus here isn't flashy technology, it's more about reducing everyday inconveniences. So when you step back and look at the DESLOC K120, its main strength is actually something very simple: reliability. The huge 15,000 mAh battery tackles one of the most common frustrations with smart locks. On top of that, you get adaptive fingerprint unlocking, multiple access methods, automatic door detection, and features that work well for both families and rental setups. It may not rely on futuristic biometrics like some higher-end models, but it focuses on solving practical problems that people deal with every day. If you want a smart lock that minimizes battery anxiety while still offering flexible access and solid security, the K120 makes a strong case. That was all for today. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more tech reviews like this.